Hey guys, Collins here, and today we are back with a brand new episode of This Week News. Now, if you guys don't know what This Week News is, or you're new to the channel, essentially what the series is about is me talking about the drama that goes on the internet. Now, I do apologize for not making an episode for the past couple of weeks. There just wasn't really enough drama for me to talk about. I didn't want to talk about stuff that I didn't really understand, know, or even care about. So today we have 5 interesting stories to talk about. So without further ado, let's jump right into it with the first story of the video. Lionmaker returns. Now, if you guys don't know who Lionmaker is, well, to put it simply, he was a Minecraft YouTuber who kind of had a really checkered past, and that's putting it lightly.
Today on Drama Alert, we have a angry mother whose child had a very inappropriate interaction with a known YouTuber known as Lionmaker. Roughly 4 months ago, we were contacted by a parent, a mother, that was concerned that the 27-year-old male Minecraft YouTuber known as Lionmaker requested nudes from her 13-year-old daughter. So we dug into this story more. We found out that Lionmaker sold children's underwear. He said that Lionmaker was sexually hitting on a 15-year-old girl when he was 27. He tweeted out this: "Since Panda Page was 15, her and I have had several sexual exchanges on Skype. I have fooled all of you and made plenty of money while doing it. Keemstar was right all along. I'm a pervert that should just kill myself." He tweeted out a picture of Paige, the 15-year-old fangirl, in her underwear, saying, "Sorry, but this is the truth. This is Panda the Page." But what happened next was absolutely disgusting, absolutely shocking. And many YouTubers and many people all in the community, from every community, were in uproar about this. He tweeted out a nude picture of the 15-year-old girl. Now, we didn't screenshot that, and we're not going to show you that because that is child porn.
Now, I know when it comes to pedophile allegations, it's usually either false, falsified, or potentially false. If not that, it's kind of loose, and just in general, there are more allegations than anything. However, in the case of Lionmaker, this is quite different because there's lots of evidence to back up the fact that, he might actually be a pedophile. Now, some of the accusations that were brought up against him back in 2015 was the fact that he was dating an underage girl. He was in his mid-20s at the time, and the girl he was in a relationship with was Paige the Panda, who at the time was 15 years old. So you can kind of see where it's kind of fucked up. I don't know if it's just me, but a 20-something-year-old dating a 15-year-old seems kind of sketchy to me, bro. It seems kind of fucking weird, if you ask me. But yeah, and apparently he leaked her nudes on Twitter, which is just that's just horrible. First of all, you don't leak someone's nudes in general, but to leak a 15-year-old's nudes on Twitter is pretty fucking scummy and shitty and kind of fucked up. In fact, to even have a 15-year-old's nudes is kind of fucked up. Actually, not kind of fucked up, it's really fucked up. And not only that, he claimed that he was hacked, but Paige the Panda came out a little while ago and claimed that no, he was not hacked. He did that himself.
There was no hacker. It was Marcus. And in those 3 years it was basically just abuse, mental and sexual kind. So this guy was threatening me, threatening to send messages to my family. The abuse happened from the age of 14 to 17. When we went to court, we ended up going there twice. First was to set the date, which I can show on screen, the page of not the date, but the telling me about the court, basically. I'll put that on screen.
Yeah.
And then the second time was the trial. The charges were rape, sexual assault, manufacturing child pornography, and distributing child pornography.
But in any case, still, whether or not you believe her or you believe him, it doesn't matter, because the fact that he had that image to begin with goes to show that he is a very manipulative person and probably should not be allowed back on the internet. I mean, the dude literally fucking had nudes of a child, and Minecraft is a game made for children, so the fact that he's actually back on the internet making content with 45,000 subscribers is quite alarming to me, because that just goes to show that, he's building up an audience, of children potentially, and you never know what he could do. And sure, you can say he got help, he's better now, maybe he's seeing someone to help him with these fucking pedophilic thoughts or whatever the case may be. You can say all that, but you never know what's going on behind the scenes. You never know if he's sliding into those children's DMs. Ugh, it sounds disgusting, dude. You never know what the dude could be doing behind the scenes. I mean, with his past, he should never be allowed on the internet. But that's just my personal opinion. Let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think? Do you think him returning to YouTube is a good thing? Maybe he could potentially, I don't fucking know. I cannot see it as a good thing, guys. Maybe you guys can convince me down below, but in my personal opinion, he should be banned off of YouTube forever. I think he should just not be allowed on the internet. With the past that he has, he just should not be allowed. I mean, this is completely fucked up and insane. That being said, though, let's move on to our second story of the video. Now, the second story of the video revolves around a kid spending $20,000 on donations. Now, I bet you've heard a bunch of YouTubers talk about this already. However, I'm here to bring my thoughts into the situation. Now, this kid spent roughly around $20,000 on donations, and he wasn't simping over fucking Alinity or Pokimane, thank God. He was actually just spending the money on a bunch of Fortnite streamers, and we've all heard the meme where, oh, the kid steals his mom's credit card and buys V-Bucks with it, we've all heard that fucking meme. But apparently this kid had his own debit card because he needed it for school lunch, which to me personally just doesn't fucking make sense. Like, why the fuck would a kid need a debit card for school lunch? What the fuck, does the school really expect all the students attending to have a debit card, to have a bank account number and everything like that? Like, no fucking way, dude. Like, this just doesn't add up. This doesn't make sense to me. So apparently, like, the mom just didn't log out of her account properly, so he was able to transfer money from his mom's account to his account. And dude, this kid is old enough to know what the fuck he was doing. So honestly, it just astounds me as to how the fuck this kid right here thinks that this is an okay thing to do. Or maybe he knew it was wrong, but why the fuck would he continue doing it if he knew it was wrong? Like, does he not understand the consequences of spending $20,000 fucking dollars? Anyways, this was years of savings according to the mom that just went down the drain in 17 days. Which is also alarming, the fact that the bank didn't notify the mom. I mean, it's kind of their job to report sketchy or just weird spendings or irregular spendings, should I say. I mean, if in 17 days $20,000 just disappears from the account poof like that. I mean, if I was the bank, I would have been calling the mom, being like, hey, there's some suspicious activity going on your account. That doesn't make sense to me. Why the fuck did the bank not report this? Like, what the fuck? Like, how did the bank not realize that this is just irregular spending? Like, a mom that spends maybe a couple $100s on groceries every week, or maybe a couple $100s on bills here and there. Did they really think that spending $20,000 on Tfue was really regular spending? Where they were like, oh, Mrs. Franklin here, she spent $20,000 within the past 17 days on a bunch of streamers. Like, she paid for some subscription services, that's normal. She gave a couple $1,000s to Tfue here and there, that's perfectly normal spending for a middle-aged mom. Because if that's the case, if they legitimately thought that, then they're fucking retarded. But you know what else is fucking retarded? The mom. Like, how the fuck do you not check your bank account in 17 days? How the fuck did you not realize in just 17 days it disappeared? Like, how do you go 17 days without checking your accounts, my dude? Like, you gotta be straight up retarded, Especially considering the fact that she literally linked her account with her son's. She knew that was, that could lead to some trouble. I mean, obviously we know the son hacked her account and finessed her and, transferred the money from her account to his. So obviously she couldn't necessarily be prepared for that. However, she could have definitely took some precautionary steps to avoid this from happening. First of all, be responsible and check your account every day, or at least every other day, just to be sure that there's no irregular spendings going on. Secondly, put a limit on your son's account. Like, why the fuck did he not have a limit? Like, obviously he didn't have a limit if he could spend $20,000 in 17 days, dude. That's more than $1,000 per day. Now I get it, you want him to have some money for school lunches and shit, or to spend money in general on other things he might want. You know, maybe to buy the new Transformer toy or something like that, to buy a new Lego set or something, you know. That's cool and all, that's fine, but why the fuck does he not have a limit? I mean, even if you limit to like $50 or maybe even $100, I mean, that could have avoided this whole situation here, because even if he spent $100 a day every single day, he would have only spent $1,700, which, you know, while that's still a lot of fucking money, is considerably less than $20,000. You could have avoided a catastrophe, and now look what happened. It's part of being an adult, and obviously you guys should learn from your mistakes. If you guys ever have children and you ever get them a debit card, make sure you put limits on their card so they can't spend more than, like, let's say $50 or even $100 a day, because they're kids, they might go crazy. You know, they literally have a card with, to them, could mean unlimited amount of money. So if you put a limit on their card so they can't spend X amount of money more, so if you put a limit on their card so they can't spend more than X amount of money per day, it could avoid catastrophes like this. That's just my opinion though. So let's move on to the next story. Now for the next story of the video, it revolves around Khalifa. Now I never thought I'd be talking about a fucking prawn star on this channel, but well, here we go. Essentially, a couple months ago, Bang Bros, which was one of the companies that she worked with to produce her adult videos, essentially came out and responded to her, because about a year ago she came out claiming that she only made like $12,000 from fucking porn, which is quite astounding considering she was one of the most popular porn stars of the era. But not only that, she also claimed that she was manipulated into signing contracts and shit, and she just in general made a bunch of false claims against Bang Bros and the other companies that she has produced adult videos with. And about a couple weeks ago, Bang Bros in particular came out with an entire fucking website literally dedicated to, you know, exposing the truth about Khalifa and exposing the lies she had told. Now, the reason why I'm talking about this now is because she has recently come out essentially claiming that these quote-unquote facts about her are not true. Now let's take a look at her Instagram video right now.
I know that you guys want to know what happened, and I do owe it to you to address the smear campaign, but in the beginning, I did not want to because of how ridiculous it is. Like, for example, factoring in the fact that I was a social media contractor and paid to run the accounts, lumping that in together with the money I made from the videos. I don't think that's a very fair way to put the information out to you guys, because I know that you guys aren't dumb and I want to give you all of the information. But I am one person fighting against $1 billion company, and I can't do it alone. It is terrifying, and I'm really scared of slipping up and saying something wrong. So everything needs to be run by legal now, because they have made this very dirty.
Now, yeah, it's obviously kind of sketchy both ways. However, I'm leaning more into believing the Bang Bros website, mainly because what she claimed was just kind of weird. I mean, according to the website, she had been in the porn industry for way more than 3 months, which was one of the claims she had made earlier. According to the Bang Bros, she was in the industry for about 2 years and 9 months. So to claim that she only made $12,000 in 2 years and 9 months, considering the fact that she was the most popular porn star and one of the most talked about porn stars too, the fact that she only made $12,000 just seems very fishy. So according to Bang Bros, she apparently made $178,000, which, you know, is considerably more than 12 grand. Either way though, I mean, I understand where Khalifa is coming from. She wants to get rid of her past because, you know, it's not exactly a fucking resume-esque kind of past. So you can't just put her fucking past on a resume and be like, oh, welcome to McDonald's, how may I help you? Yeah, I want to apply for a job. I'm Khalifa, and my last occupants was at Bang Bros. Yeah, I worked with them for 2 years and 9 months, and I sucked a bunch of dicks. That's not something that you want on your fucking resume, and I can understand, you know, she doesn't want that past to, you know, be brought up, and she wants to be remembered for more than sucking dick and taking it up the asshole. But unfortunately, that's not how the internet works. Once, you know, you post a video to the internet, it stays on the internet. Now, yeah, I understand she wants these videos to be removed and all, but unfortunately that's just not possible. I mean, her videos have been viewed probably millions of times by now, so it's quite obvious that, you know, someone out there, and potentially hundreds of thousands of people out there, have downloaded her videos. So even if she's able to remove it off of Pornhub, 100,000 more videos will be brought back up to other websites out there, you know? Hundreds of thousands of more videos. She can fucking take them down if she wants, but hundreds of thousands of more will pop back right up. And, you know, I don't think she has the time or the money to sue hundreds of thousands of individuals. So unfortunately, once again, what goes on the internet stays on the internet. You know, once you post something, it's there forever. That's how you have to treat the internet. And again, as kids and even as adults, we make dumb decisions, and, you know, obviously joining the adult industry is a very dumb decision to jump right into if you don't know what you're doing. And while I'm perfectly okay with sex workers, you know, you can do whatever the fuck you want so long as you're happy, you have to understand that when it comes to sex work, again, you know, what goes on the internet stays on the internet, and, you know, it's a mistake that cannot be changed, cannot be fixed, and definitely has consequences. And yeah, my opinions still stand, you know, obviously, you know, entering the adult industry, or in the case of OnlyFans, you know, the amateur porn industry, you know, it's a very risky situation to jump right into, and obviously it requires lots of time to talk and think about it, because you never know what could happen. You never know the consequences that could occur as a result of this decision. And obviously in the case of Mia Khalifa, she's having some severe, you know, consequences as a result, because now she wants to get rid of her past. However, that's just not possible. That being said, though, let me know in the comment section down below, what do you guys think? Do you think that these videos should be removed? Do you think she has a right to have them removed? Do you think that she's in the right, or do you think she's in the wrong? Do you think she lied, or do you think Bang Bros is lying to cover their asses? Let me know in the comment section down below what your thoughts on the situation is. Now, let's just jump right into our next story. Now, for our next story, I don't have all the details for you, so I'll link in the description down below to Carvel's video, which has more of the juicy details and the more of a better coverage of this story. That being said, though, the story we're going to be talking about is the Jeffree Star controversy. So, from what I can gather, essentially, it's about the whole claims he's made about James Charles, and claiming that he has, like, a bunch of evidence and receipts, or whatever you want to call them, against James Charles, which is just simply not true. And essentially, the beauty community has just been under fire recently, because Tati made a fucking new video not that long ago, which was bullshit, and now fucking Jeffree Star has been making all these claims for the past year now, and all in general, the beauty community is just completely fucked, in my personal opinion. I absolutely hate almost everyone in there. Pretty much the only good person in there was James Charles, considering he hasn't really done anything recently, and the claims made against him about a year ago are completely fucking false. So essentially, Jeffree Star made his apology, and people didn't really take to it very well. Mainly because his apology was more of him either making excuses or saying, you know, oh, of course I did that, you know, as if everyone did exactly what he did, and what he did was perfectly normal and okay.
Did I get caught up in the hype? Did I do dumb shit? And did I not just simply call James Charles and ask questions myself? 100%. And that is my fault. I would like to personally apologize to James Charles for the words that I've said and for my actions. And I think that James and myself and anyone involved would agree with me that there are way bigger issues happening on this planet. And did I get swept up into the bullshit again? Of course I did. And for that, I'm forever embarrassed of.
And quite frankly, it's completely bullshit. But again, I'm not really into this controversy as much as Carvel's is. So definitely check out his video linked in the description down below if you want more of the juicy details. Now for the final story of the video, and I do apologize that this fucking video has been a little bit shorter than before. However, Pokimane tweeted out some really dumb shit. Now I know a couple of This Week News episodes ago, I mentioned how I wanted to do an Lindy Says Dumb Shit mini-series in the This Week News series. And I'm more than willing to do that, but right now, I don't know, I'm just gonna wait till new shit comes out. I'm too fucking lazy to go through all the Twitch VODs. But that being said, though, we're gonna be doing Pokimane Says Dumb Shit this week, because she said some incredibly dumb shit. Now, she made a tweet not too long ago on her, I believe it was her second Twitter account, which says the following: in this industry, if a girl fucks up, What a fake bitch. Such a worthless piece of shit. Also, go die in a hole. Now, Pokimane, can you please kindly point me into the direction where a person actually told a girl to go die in a hole for fucking up? I do not wish death upon any of the females or males that I talk about on this channel. I'm just here to criticize them and make jokes about the whole situation, you know? Because that's kind of what I do for YouTube, you know? That's the type of content that I make. But even people like J-Station, you know, the scummiest of the scum, you know, I do not wish death upon them because, you know, just because they fucked up and did some pretty fucked up shit, that doesn't mean they're not worthy of living, you know? That doesn't mean they deserve death as a result. I mean, they deserve to be taken off of YouTube, you know, to essentially have their careers ended because all they do, like in the case of J-Station, all he does is fucking make content catered towards kids, where he clickbaits things or uses people's deaths, or in the case of his girlfriend, he even faked her death for views and clout. So yeah, people like that, they don't deserve to be on the internet, but they still deserve to be living, you know? They deserve to, you know, have a life. So yeah, that's the part that kind of got to me. I mean, I know it was just an example or whatever, but I think it's pretty dumb that she added that last bit in. Also, go die in a hole. Like, what the fuck? No one has ever said that ever. The only people who say that are fucking trolls, which, you know, if you've been on the internet long enough, you should be, you know, you should be able to handle fucking trolls, dude. I mean, fuck. Now, the tweet continues by saying, a guy fucks up. Oh my god, King, don't worry. Everyone makes mistakes. We know you have a good heart and we'll be there for you forever. Who the fuck actually says that, dude? Again, take a look at J-Station, dude. Like, when he fucked up, the only people simping for him was his 9-year-old audience. You know, little kids. You know, kids who didn't understand the severity of the situation. Whereas the adults, you know, the big boys, the people who understand what he did was fucked up, you know, we criticized him for that. We didn't say, oh my god, it's okay, J-Station, everyone makes mistakes in life. Even though you made 20 million mistakes, it's okay, buddy. You got this, King. And as for me personally, I don't hold back on anyone, you know? If a girl fucks up and does some dumb shit, I'll call them out for it. Same when a guy does it, you know? It doesn't matter the gender. All it matters is the severity of the situation. Now, I think what, you know, Pokimane's getting onto is about the whole Twitch thing that's going on. Essentially speaking, you know, the whole how these female streamers are just not getting banned on Twitch and how people go heavy on them, whereas when a male streamer gets banned for doing something wrong, we don't go as heavy onto them as, you know, we should. And that's because, you know, we're upset with the Twitch mods and, you know, how they pick and choose who they want to ban. Like, you know, if a guy shows accidental nudity, he'll either get a permaban, a week ban, or a month ban, you know? Whereas when Pokimane showed accidental porn, she wasn't even banned. She was given a fucking warning. Pokimane, you know, calling out It's Gundam, you know, essentially called out his sponsor and, you know, got one of his sponsors taken away too, might I add. Yet no one really went after Pokimane. She didn't lose a massive following for that, whereas if a guy did that, you know, if a guy went after another person's sponsor, like, take a look at Ethan, how he went after, you know, fucking G Fuel, he got a lot of backlash for that, and sure, his audience still respected him for it, but a lot of people, you know, started hating on Ethan because he went after Keemstar's sponsor. So, you know, you gotta understand that, you know, it kind of goes both ways. You know, in some cases, females might be treated worse. In other cases, men might be treated worse. All in all, though, cancel culture is the main culprit here, and it's a thing that, you know, really does suck. But, again, let me know in the comments down below, what do you guys think about the stories that I talked about this week? What are your thoughts on them? And, you know, what's your opinions and everything? With that being said, though, hope you guys did enjoy the video. Social media links are in the description down below. Twitter, Instagram, Discord, Facebook, BitChute, and Storyfire. Make sure to follow me all on there. Maybe not Facebook because I don't use it. And yeah, like the video if you haven't already. Subscribe if you're new. Click more notifications. And with that being said, though, I hope you guys enjoy. Goodbye. And farewell.